It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here at S3. And I need to say this, and I've paid everybody to join me. Everybody got 50 cents to do this. It's your Culinary Hotline bling! Ding, ding, ding! Oh, that's a well-paid for ding, ding, ding. Now, are you looking for iftar inspiration this Ramadan? Then stay tuned, because we have Najma Abrams, also known as Tietie, and Azba, who is also here, and that is Nanna. Now, you may know them from lots of fame, social media. I mean, because these two ladies are, I'm going to say, the authority when it comes to anything Ramadan recipes. And that's why we have them in your kitchen today. If you have any culinary questions, please join in on the discussion and send your voice notes through to us on that WhatsApp line 063 408 8863. And we're going to start it. First of all, ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
It is so nice to have you in the kitchen. Tietie and Nanna, just so you know, all right? Just so you know that this is how we're going to roll today. Now, I love a dalchi. I think a dalchi is lovely, especially a dalchi with a bit of the dania sauce. It's important, okay? But now, how do you even start making a dalchi? I think that's the thing, Tietie. So let's start the process and talk us through what you're doing at each time.
Familie, ons gaan vandag vir julle dalchies maak. Dis 'n resep wat ek gekry het by 'n sy's nou al vandag jare sy oorlede.
Ja.
Maar ek dink enige een kan 'n dalchi maak, man. Al hier kom skief en krom op die tafel, maar in die poasa, in die Ramadaan, op elkeen se tafel is daar 'n dalchi. So ons gaan begin by die droë goed. Alles word saamgemix en Nanna moet begin sny. Ek bring my eie spys, want ek is so bang. Dat gaat nie my spys wees nie. En ek kan nie 'n dalchi maak met iemand anders se spys. Ek is nou sorry, want ek gebruik Osmond se spys. No hard feelings, né?
Oh, the thing is, what's important is about a spice is that it has to have a label, but it can't be a label that you printed, because you don't want to be that way, okay? You have to write the label down. It's important. That's what I'm saying. And it's got to be, and also those, I recognize those because when I look for spices myself, it has to come in a container like that. It's got to be in that way. So can you talk us through the spices that you have, that you're throwing in there?
Ek like maar roasted. En dan gooi ek 'n mother-in-law in. En dan glo ek dat moet jeera inkom.
You know what, I've always seen mother-in-law in the drawer growing up. And you know what, no one's ever told me what actually is in mother-in-law. Do you know what's in there in mother-in-law?
Ek weet nie, ek dink daar's gevaarlike goed in mother-in-law.
Well, of course.
Maar party mother-in-laws as mos maar nie alright toe maar
yeah, mother-in-laws are lovely, really. They are lovely until you put them in a dalchi. That's what happens. Okay, so you are chopping the lettuce over there. I see all the spices are coming together with some flour. And then, now what, so I see this, there was flour, now spices, and I'm putting in more flour. Or what is the next thing coming in there?
Ek het nou klaar al my spices ingegooi en nou gooi ek my self-rising in en dan mix ek dit net 'n bietjie deeg.
Ah, that's it.
So as ek die klaar deeg gemix het en die groente kom in, dan is die spice lekker in die meel.
So now, can I ask you, so you obviously have to have a feel for cooking. You can't just, you can't just like have a measurement or a cookbook. Sometimes you feel. So how do you go about measuring your flour and your spices, Tietie? I just want to know, for anybody who wants to try and copy you, I know it's difficult. You need to have it in the family. But how do you measure? Or is it just by feel?
Ek dink is by feel, want ons het 'n resepie. Ons dink dit uit. En ons proe dit uit.
Oh, I love it.
So is swaar om 'n resep neer te skryf.
That's so lovely. And you know, that's why I love so at the moment you're putting in the green pepper and you're putting the onion, you're putting that directly into the flour. There was self-raising flour in there.
Yeah.
There was also our flour that got mixed with spices, just to give you a quick recap over there. And if you want any measurements, you should have felt it. Anyway, right, so there's carrots, green pepper, onion that's going down in there. I see you putting in my favorite. Is that going in?
Yeah.
Is that even enough chili? I don't know.
I don't
But I think you're making it for everybody. That's not enough chili, though.
But it's fine.
Okay. And then we've got some of that lovely garlic that's going in. And these lettuce have been perfectly chopped by Nanna. I mean, Nanna, when it comes to feel, even the way you chop this, no one could have taught you how to chop. Because this comes from somebody shouting at you, saying, go chop. You know, is that how it works?
Weet julle my ma. Tot toe is haar siel.
Oh.
As dit nie vir haar was nie. En weet julle, ek het op pad hiernatoe, het ek gewonder, het ek die mes ingesit. Want 'n mens raak so gewoond jou eie mes by die huis gebruik.
Ja.
Maar hier's nogal niks fout met die mes nie.
Yeah, you must
Hy
use your own
stap
knife. But if you are going to use your own mess, you need to make a mess. That makes sense. Stanjay. So, lettuce is done. This has been perfectly
Amper
chopped
klaar,
there.
ja.
I want to just give you a recap on what's happening at Tietie's side, because remember, Tietie cooks by feel. So if you're not catching up with the feeling, then I'm going to actually be a part of the feeling with you. So this is what's happening. You've got some grated carrot going in there. Also some garlic. There were 3 cloves of garlic going in there as well. Also, there was maybe just, I'm going to say, a little bit of chili. Not enough, as we said, but we're doing this for everybody who has sensitive palates. Then, self-raising flour is in there as well. It looked from my eye like it could have been maybe 2 cups of self-raising flour.
Yeah.
And then also there was a cup and a half of the flour that was mixed with the spices. Shoo, look at me go. I'm feeling it now. I am. And then, of course, the spices. Remember, if you are looking for any of the spices, you will only find them in Tietie's kitchen. Okay? That's the only place you'll find them. But I saw mother-in-law going in there. It was lovely. What else did you put in
Roasted
there?
en jeera.
Roasted and then jeera. That's it.
And
if you
kyk,
understand
Alf-
what jeera is, you have to be human to enjoy cumin.
Ja.
You understand what I'm saying, girlfriend? That's right. So now, we've got all of those incorporated. Now, that obviously looks quite dry. Now we need to make sure there's a bit of vibes.
And now-
this is why you're putting
Nou
eggs.
gaat met 2 eiers in.
That's it. And the thing is, you know why you put eggs in? Because you like to be eierwys when you make a recipe. Don't use the recipe, no. Feel, be eierwys. Then, next up, look at that.
En nou gaat my baie mense gebruik spinasie, is nie verkeerd nie, maar ons gebruik lettuce
Okay, you can use spinach if you want to, but I think this lettuce is actually going to be working quite well here, so this
en
is
lekker
great.
bietjie dhania by.
That's it. Danya, aka coriander, if you want to. And I'm so glad Graham is not here because he's not a fan of Danya.
En dan het ek so 'n bietjie water
That's it.
en dan mix ek vir hom net met melk.
All right, so the water that's going in there, though, looked like about 200. Go for it. It was look about 200 mils of water by eye. I'm just going by eye here. And then it looked like could have been a half a cup of milk coming in there as well into the recipe. Shoo! I'm good at eyeballing these things. I am so proud of myself. But Tietie, you're doing well there. It's looking so good. So that's going to come together. And then obviously we're going to have our oil getting hot in the meantime, just to make sure we are ready. That's the important thing. If you follow this recipe and you have any questions, 063-408-8863. Maybe you have a twist on your own recipe that you want to share. Maybe you found something that works out. We are always open on the Culinary Hotline. But more importantly, questions. If you want to make a traditional dalchi for iftar, I think it's going to be great for you to actually follow and enjoy the recipe. That's what I'm talking about. So let us know. You know the number. And now we're getting this thing together. And obviously, I think the forming the dalchi, that is the skill that I think no one can teach you. There's no recipe for it. It's actually just about instinct. You are literally allowing the ancestors to roll the dalchi for you. That's the thing about it. So if you want to follow, look at this particular moment carefully from Tietie. And look there. So Nanna's got the spoon out, and this is how we're going to do this thing. And I've seen this done many times before, but you just have to see it to believe it. And it's about to happen as Tietie incorporates this. And if you're wondering what went in there, it was just a lot of love, a lot of history, a lot of culture, a lot of passion. And this is why these Ramadan treats are so important for you to grab. We did attempt to throw a recipe up, but remember, this is all about Tietie and Nanna and the way they put things together. It's absolutely sensational. And I think a taste of culture is always good for whatever you are celebrating. I think it's so important. And it brings people together during Ramadan. So, Nanna, just how is the fast going for you? Are you feeling the blessings?
As we say, alhamdulillah.
Oh, I love it.
Dat gaan so gou. Ons was al klaar gister op die 15de dag.
It is amazing.
In die helfte van die maand.
You know what
It's
they
going
say?
too quick.
I know it is going quick, but I think it's going to be a blessed one, inshallah.
already.
So it's going to be fantastic. Now,
So?
I'm seeing this so far. It smells so good. You know why? Because this jeera is another type of jeera. This is just this. You see what I'm saying? You can go to the shop and get yourself some cumin powder, but if you've got jeera, then I think that you are what they would say winner in the World Cup of dalchis. That is amazing. Wow.
Ja.
Okay. Oil needs to be... Now, how do you test your oil, Nanna? Just like
Ek
show
gaan nog
me.
net 'n klein stukkie 'n bietjie insit om die olie te toets.
Okay. This is the oil test to see if it's there.
Olie is reg.
Okay. Right, let's go.
En dan dip jy net jou lepel in die olie, dan val die mixture af.
Look at
Van your
look at
lepel
that.
af.
Pro tip: dip the spoon into the oil first. That way, you will always get a clean. And they would call that in the culinary a quenelle of dalchi, but we are just going to say a bola. because it's more important to say that, okay? Right, so now this is wonderful. And the thing is, if, Tietie, if I'm going to enjoy a dalchi once it's done, once it's finished, what do you want me to eat it with? Must I just eat it like that? Must I dip it? Must I don't want to share it, though.
Ja, kyk, by ons in die winkels kry jy mense, soos mense sê, samosa dip. Anders dan nie, eet ons dit by sop. Of by bober.
You see,
Maar hy is
Sê gou vir hulle,
fantasties.
hoe eet
that's-
ons daltjies?
Ons eet sommer daltjie op brood.
really?
Vier warm, maar eet ons dit op brood met 'n stuk kaas bo.
Oh,
Kan
my-
enige sous, Nendo sous bo gooi dat jy dit uit.
Woo, stop. Okay, you see, this is why you need to ask questions about your dalchi. How do you eat your dalchi? That's the question. Do you eat it just like that? Do you put on bread with a little bit of cheese? Is it a matter of like a dunk? For personally, I love. Now, I'm also the samosa dip. I love. There's the purple cap.
Yeah.
Which is the hot one. That's the one. So if I eat my dalchis, it's got to be in the purple cap samosa dip. Look for it. It's the hottest one. It is what they will call level million brand, and it's so good. So while the dalchis are going, we're going to complete this and have a finished product for you. Big thanks to Tietie and Nanna, but they're all here for questions. And if you have any, 063 408 8863 is our number. I would love for you to ask some questions in our very, very special. Remember, I paid everybody 50 cents. The Culinary Hotline Bling! Money well spent. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Tietie and Nanna are still in the kitchen for our Culinary Hotline coming up a little bit later. The dalchis are officially ready. And
fresh.
what do you think, smell-wise?
I don't know if I should be ladylike and break it open with my
Don't be
mini
ladylike.
fork or just go
No.
in with a bite.
What is ladylike anyway? Because you know everybody else must dish as well. Oh, I love this, eh? Thank you, Tietie. Oh, this is great. Okay, we're going to give it a taste. Also, I know that you have a taste for elegance, and we're going to show you how to set up your Easter table. That is a little bit later on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And then, apparently, more recipes, though.
Definitely Tietie and Nanna, they're not going anywhere. In fact, I'll be joining them in the kitchen. We're going to be making up some delicious scones, whatever you prefer to
Scones.
say. Scones. But this is delicious. The dolce is amazing.
Crispy.
It is crispy, it is tasty, it is flavorful.
I actually heard that none of the crew want... Yeah, they said they don't want at all. So I'm going to have this just to make sure we don't waste, man. Okay, I'll see you right after this break. Okay? I don't want to waste.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ding, ding, ding! And we are back with our Ramadan special, and we have Tietie and Nanna here to show us how to whip up a batch of delightful scones that you can serve for iftar. Now, when it comes to a scone, it's always minimal ingredients, something that you kan vinnig aan mekaar slaan en lekker aan die mense bedien.
Yes.
Now, do you have a recipe that's a family secret, or do you have your go-to recipe that you once found in a recipe book?
Dis 'n resepie sy blaaie sal geel laat.
Maar ek hou daarvan, dit gee karakter.
ja,
Hoe
dit
oud is
is
hierdie
weer-
stukkie bladsy?
Ek dink hy is al 25 jaar oud.
Jy moet dit
Die het
spesiaal
ek by
mooi hou.
'n juffrou by die skool gekry, juffrou Shireen Badron. Sy lewe nog, ja, ek weet nie of sy nog dit maak nie, maar sy het vir my die resepie gegee, maar is 'n stunning resep.
Oh, so hierdie resepie, is dit nou iets wat jy so 'n bietjie getweak het, jou
Ja.
eie flavour bygesit?
Ja, sy
Okay.
gebruik suurroom. Ek het dit net verander met karringmelk.
Karringmelk, maar dit is mos 'n scone met
Ja.
karringmelk hê. So ons gaan nou met hierdie resep begin. So waarmee begin 'n mens as 'n mens lekker scones wil maak?
Nanna moet die margarine invryf.
Shame, word jy al die harde werk gegee. Jy
Dis
moet die
eintlik haar
dalchies.
gedeelte. Die scones is haar gedeelte, maar ek gaan net vir haar die margarine invryf.
Okay. En jy wil mos net vinger, you just want to use the
Ja.
fingertips because you don't want to melt the butter too much with the palms. Of is dit maar net
Nee,
jy wil dit net plat, jy wil dit
Ja.
net
Hy moet net deur die meel.
loskom. Okay. En dan sodra die botter ingekrummel is,
Dan kom al jou ander goedjies in.
okay.
Dan kom maar so 3 lepels suiker in en dan kom jou baking powder in, jou eiers kom in en jou buttermilk en dan rhodium D.
Okay, so dit is regtig 'n lekker
is,
maklike
dit
gou
is.
resep.
Miskien net het 'n mens net hierdie buttermilk by die huisie. Dis al.
Daar is mos altyd gewoonlik little tricks. If you don't have one ingredient, you can substitute. Of as
Ja.
jy nie buttermelk het nie,
Dan
kan
kan jy
jy so,
maar melk vat met 'n bietjie suurlemoen ook.
en dan het jy buttermilk. There we go. Now, Tietie and Nanna, we have asked our viewers for questions because you two are two individuals that we love, and they sent us through some voice notes. So let's take a listen to the first voice note that came through for Tietie and Nanna.
Good morning, Expresso family. I have to say, I'm loving the lady making the dolces this morning. She is giving us true and authentic Cape Malay feels, and she reminds me so much of my grandmother.
Oh, so dis nie 'n vraag nie, net 'n kompliment.
Compliment. Thanks, man.
Oh, we do have another one. Is jy reg vir nog?
Ja.
Okay, let's listen to the next voice note.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Tietie en Nanna. Oh, ek is so excited om vir julle te sien op Expresso. Ek kyk Expresso elke oggend. Ek mis nie een show nie. En ja, maak ek my eie pizzaatjies, my eie paaitjies inshallah. En ek het nog gesien van die daltjie mix, hoe my eie daltjie mix te maak. So inshallah gaat ek my eie daltjie mix maak die jaar.
Ag moeder, okay, so julle inspireer baie mense om hierdie Ramadaan ekstra spesiaal te maak. Okay, dit
So my
lyk
gedeelte is klaar nou. Tietie gaan maar nog
Right.
verder.
Okay, dankie Nanna. Dankie. So nou dat ons meel
Ek
het,
het alles
ek het
ingegooi.
klaar die suiker ingegooi, ek het die bakpoeier ingegooi.
Okay.
So you don't separate the wets and the dry.
No.
It's a one mix, one bowl. Jy maak
No.
nie klomp skorrelgoed nie.
Nee, en nou kom sy 2 eiers in. En sy buttermilk.
Oh, that is mooi. We do have this recipe available for you. It will be on our website, expressoshow.com. It's such an honor having Tietie and Nanna here today. So if you have a voice note, you maybe want to ask them a question around their style of cooking, feel free to send us a voice note on 063-408-8863. So nou meng ons hom net lekker.
Ja.
En dan my ma se nuwe ding is om 'n scone pizza te maak. So sy sit die deeg in soos 'n groter, soos amper soos 'n quiche bakkie.
Ja.
En dan druk sy hom in die oond en dan sny sy hom nou in pizza slices. Maar ek sien ons het nou die muffin tin vandag.
Ja.
Okay. Lekker.
Dink
So
jy
nou
maak hier
die
nog 'n
groot
bietjie
vraag,
karamel.
die karamel. Moet ek 'n bietjie water vir ons kry?
Nee, bietjie buttermilk.
Bietjie buttermilk, okay.
Dis in die fridge.
We will get it in the fridge. Okay, we have our kitchen fairies that will grab the buttermilk. Now, when it comes to scones, is julle mense wat dit lekker soet, savory? Hoe kies jy
Ja,
om
ons
jou
lyk
scone
om
te
maar
eet?
met strawberry jam. Enige jam, maar strawberry jam.
Strawberry jam en kaas vir my.
Oh, lekker.
There we go.
Dis die beste
Dit is die beste.
is.
En vir jou, Nanna? Hoe verkies jy om jou scone te eet?
Ook met jam en cream. Maar ek is nie 'n scone lover nie.
Okay.
Ek sal net so ene eet van hom.
Okay, is hy te soet vir jou?
Ja, ek hou nie van so baie soet nie. Ek is
Scone is lekker met tuna ook.
Ooh, okay. Now we're getting a savory recipe
ja,
going.
ek hou van 'n savory iets soet, sout.
Yes.
As hy nou reg, ja.
Ah, sy.
Okay. Ek sien die deegie kom nou mooi bymekaar. Wanneer weet jy nou hy's reg as al die meel ingevryf is?
Hy is doodreg.
Okay. There we go. Voel jy die druk om op TV te kook? Of geniet jy dit?
Nee, ons
Laat nie.
geniet dit.
Jy geniet dit?
Ons is nou al deur dit.
Oh, jy's nou al gewoond
Ja,
hieraan.
ons was aan die begin 'n bietjie bang.
Dit is mos natuurlik
Vir
om
die
bietjie
kameras,
senuweeagtig
ja.
te wees.
Maar ek het altyd gesê ek gaan skrik vir die kamera, maar ek gaan nie skrik om kos te maak nie.
Nee, definitief
Nee.
nie. En van hoe oud was jy toe jy vir die eerste keer moes leer om te kook?
Ek het nogal laat begin kos maak want ek was mos jong daai tyd. En dan het ons nie tyd vir kos maak nie want ons moet mos uit.
Ek was weer die ene wat geleer het.
Okay.
Ek was 11 jaar oud.
Oh, wow.
Toe moes ek my eerste pot kos leer, want toe lê my ma bietjie siek in die kooi.
En toe moes jy
En toe moes
instaan.
ek nou inspring met die kos.
Oh, en sê gou vir my, toe jy geleer het om te kook vir die eerste keer, was daar vir jou 'n resep gegee of is jou ma ook een van daai wat uit haar kop
Uit haar
kook?
kop uit. Toe ek in die skool kom toe lê sy in die kooi en toe moes
Okay.
ek tamatie maak daai dag. En toe moet sy elke keer vir my sê,
Gooi dit
gooi
by.
dit in. En dan moet ek hier vat aan die hendels met die pot
Dat sy alles
kamer
proe.
toe. Dan moet sy elke keer kyk hoe ver is dit nou so.
Oh. So Tietie, nou wat doen ons? Gaan ons nou net bietjie, is dit eier of
Ja,
botter?
nou gaan ons net eier so 'n bietjie bo-op smeer, laat dit net 'n bietjie kleur kan kry.
Net 'n bietjie kleur
ja.
kan kry. Okay. En dan gaan dit in die oond
Dan gaan dit in die oond, sê
Hoe
maar so
lang?
vir 15, 20 minute, miskien minder as 20 ook nog.
Okay. En dis 'n familieresep.
Ja.
Well, if you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, it is available on our website, expressoshow.com. As you can see, it's such a treat having Tietie and Nanna in studio with us today. I love that we've made the dolchies. We are now making the scones. We're going to have these ready by the end of the show so that we can enjoy a feast. But if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Our number is 063-408-8863. And we also have some social media comments that's come through based on our question this morning. There we go.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, look how excited I am because finally I get to spend some time with the queens in the kitchen. So let me officially welcome you back to the final installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. Now, of course, this week's theme is focusing on Ramadan treats. And next up, Tietie and Nanna are going to be sharing their version of the classic pisang cookie, also known as a banana fritter. Now, let me just be reminding of you that this morning has been incredible. I want to thank you ladies so much. The food has been delicious. I've never had dolchies with so much moisture inside of it. It is something I've never expected to taste so good. But I think it's only going to get better. Thank you. But let's dive into this final dessert that we'd like to call it. You can't call this a dessert, right? How do we do this?
Okay, so familie, hier is my self-rising flour in die
Okay.
pak. Dan kom jou margarine net in, alles kom nou net in en dan mix jy dit en dan kom die pisang in en dan is hy klaar.
Just like that?
Oog.
Easy as that. Now, I noticed earlier this water was pretty much boiling.
Ja.
And you put the bananas in. What's going on? Why did you do
Ja,
that?
kyk as jy die piesangs in die koekwater gooi, dat en jy peel hom af, dan is hy nie swart nie. En hy die koekwater maak dit kremerig.
Okay, so you get that good
Ja, so jy
umami.
sal
Okay.
sien as jy die piesangkoekie byt, dan sal jy sien waarvan ek praat.
This is the secret. Okay, now, Nanna, while you did mention all the ingredients are going in
Yes.
there, what are the ingredients? Just so that guys can try and
Okay.
follow this recipe, because I know you said we feel it and we kind of go by it, but what are you putting in there?
So die ingredients is 'n koppie en 'n half self-rising flour.
Okay.
1 eier.
Okay.
So 'n eetlepel margarine. 'n bietjie vanilla essence. So 'n eetlepel suiker.
Okay.
En dan kom maar net so 'n kwart koppie, meer as 'n kwart koppie melk in, net om vir hom 'n lekker batter te maak voor jy jou piesangs insny.
Okay, lekker stuff. So as simple as that. This is something that I believe almost anybody can make at home.
Yeah.
It's not as tricky to make as the previous meals that you did prepare. But at the same time, I like that you're adding your secrets. And that's, for me, how you boil these bananas. I think this is something that I could possibly take with me and make in the mountains. What do you guys think? On a little hike, I take my little gas stove out there. You reckon this could work?
Ja, by die vuur, by die vuur, by die
Lekker.
vuur.
Okay.
En dis 'n recipe, jy kan maar nog van die week af kom, is Ramadaan, jy kan nog van die week af, jy kan hom gou in mekaar slap. Gou.
You don't have to wake up that early to prepare.
Nee.
I want to ask you a tough question because you are pretty much representing Cape Malay food, the culture, everything about the nostalgic memories we have when it comes to these delicious treats. For both of you, do you have a favorite treat that you would love to indulge in? I know it's a tough question, and I can see all the different meals running through your head right now. I've put you on the spot here, but if you can try, even if it's just one of them. I know there's too many, but maybe just one of them. And while we're at it, I think we're going to just request some more milk here in this battle while we start thinking about what are the favorites on the top of that list.
Moet dit nou 'n koekie wees of 'n dessert?
Anything.
Ek hou van kos man.
Of course, okay, yeah.
So ek like biryani.
Biryani, oh, that is a favorite. Okay, that's something that I can remember. My mom, my family, my oma, everybody had this special way of making a biryani. And it's something that I think for many in the culture will never ever stop making because it has so much good quality to it. And it's a good nutritious meal on top of that.
Ja, en kyk biryani kan jy skep en skep. Dit lyk dit raak jy op oor die rys.
It goes forever, it really does. Nanna, do you have anything that comes to the top of your list when we talk about favorites that you'd like to indulge in?
Curry.
Okay.
Met de roti.
Met de roet.
Met de even tamati.
Sambal.
Slaatje met de risie en ik hou van curry.
Okay, lekker
Allee,
stuff.
ik wou
I love that too, and it's something that I think a lot of us should actually be encouraging to make. Listen, we've got so many people at home watching you, giving you praises, saying thank you for being here. We even got some voice notes. I want to play one now. I think it might be a question, but let's say good morning. Who do we got on the line here?
Good morning. Just a question. I'd like to know when you make your biryani, do you cook your rice and lentils together first before you add it to your onion and garlic smoothy? Or do you put in a raw rice and a raw lentils?
Oh, okay, I don't know if you heard that one. So how do we
Yeah.
do that? Rice, lentils together, before, after? How does it work?
My sweetheart, ek kook my rys en my lentils kook ek saam. My tamati en my garlic and ginger. My tamati en my garlic and ginger gooi ek in wanneer ek my vleis marinate. Gooi ek my tamati en garlic and ginger saam met my vleis. Overnight it in die fridge.
Yeah, and you just let it sit there and take all that flavor in like a
Nou,
nice
imagine,
bath.
jy haal dit môreoggend uit. Eintlik met jou buttermilk koek daarin. Nou imagine jy haal dit môreoggend uit.
I can taste it.
Sure.
Oh, it's that good.
My batter is nou klaar. Ik ga nou net mijn pisangs ingooien. En dan gaan hij pan toe.
Okay, simple as that. Now, a lot of people that watch the show don't always get it right the first time. They don't always get the recipe right. And I know you guys are really good at tasting as you go, feeling the recipe out. Let's say example is that maybe the dish is too salty. Is there a way that you can undo the saltiness? Is there something that can help the dish if we've maybe tasted it and it's like, ooh, that's a bit too much spice in there? What do we do in that situation? Is there anything that we can do?
Ek dink nou nie, ek weet nou nie of jy iets kan doen aan die spice nie, maar baie keer as jou kos sout is, as dit mense aartappel in die kos, 'n rou aartappel.
Raw,
Peel it
okay.
off and then they put it in the food.
Sure,
Dat is
okay.
hoekom ons altyd sê, 'n mens kan nie presies sê soveel sout nie. It's to taste, is na smaak. Dit hang af hoe jy daarvan hou.
And I think that's right, because that adds to the experience. While you're cooking, you get to be more involved
Yeah.
in your own meal,
Yeah.
and you get to feel it at the
Jy
end of the day.
moet dit voel.
Jy moet dit voel. There we go. Spoken like a queen. Now, are we looking on the recipe on the batter here? Is this kind of
Ek gaan gou die olie toets.
Okay, do a little test here to see if the oil is good and if the batter is ready to go. Is that a yay or a nay?
Dan sê jy.
It's a yay. We got a,
En dan
it's an in-between. I think
It's
we
a
want to get it a little bit
in-between.
hotter.
Stop hier, Reggie.
And that's why we do the test, of course, like you saw earlier with the dalchies as well. When wanting to find out whether the oil was hot enough, always go with a little batter
Ja, maar
test
want toe,
to see if we are happy with it or not. But the flame is on. We are looking good. Let me just turn this up for you right now. It sometimes gets a bit tricky. There we go. That should be the heat that we're looking for. And I can see the sizzle over there as well. So looks like Nanna is approving the oil on this one. And it looks like we are absolutely ready to finish off this final recipe. When it comes to like our shapes and stuff, do we just go with a handful? Do we go with a spoon? A ladle or anything else like that? Do you just kind of go by eye when it comes to the shape and how much you put in?
Ek het my lepel van die huis af gebring.
Oh, is this your special?
My skeplepel.
Oh, okay.
En dan het ek dit ook saamgebring.
Okay.
Dit is vir die olie om te drein.
Ah, okay, that makes absolute sense. So once you're done with that, you pop it in there, and then it drains all the oil. It's like adding a little bit of a health here. I like this. Looking out for us. Is this something you just learned at home? Was this
At home,
a secret
yes.
that was
At
passed
home.
down? Very nice. So I know normally people would use possibly like tissue paper or serviettes or something, but I actually find often that gets mixed up in the actual food itself. So sometimes you get a piece of
Yes,
like
as dit vas.
serviette. So I actually love this idea going on right now. And if you aren't understanding what we're talking about, we've taken an old egg tray over there, which has a high absorbency, and that's essentially what you can place something on afterwards, and that absorbs all the oil, giving you a nice healthy dessert. So hopefully we can stand by and see this in action. It looks like the fritters are coming together quite nicely. The oil is hot. How do we eat these? Is there a perfect serve? Do we dip it in anything? We just have it like that?
Jy kan dit net eet met suiker boop of jy kan dit mix met fyn kaneel. Mix jy die suiker met fyn kaneel.
Okay. Fyn kaneel, is that cinnamon?
Cinnamon,
Yeah.
ja. Anders suiker is net so goed.
Just like that, just some sugar and you got the good stuff. I guess all the magic is in the recipe. And don't forget that secret. We put the bananas in boiling water to add that softness and creaminess that is unrivaled. And that is some of the little small secrets that really elevate your meal. And it's something that you can say thank you to Tietie and Nanna for sharing their deeper secrets with us. So again, these recipe inspirations are available at expressoshow.com. We're about almost done here with our beautiful banana fritters and golden brown on the outsides. Nana's got I can see a little smile on her face. She's definitely approving this one. And I think I'm officially going to take this challenge on board and try and replicate this one in the mountain. We'll have to stay tuned and see if we can do that one of Zanzi. I'll hopefully share some pictures with you all. But I really want to see this egg carton thing come to life. And already you can see how well it is actually working. Nanna's just placed a small sample in there and the oil is coming off it. It's working very, very well. Tietie and Nanna, I want to say thank you again. I know we're not done with you yet, but I am so grateful for you sharing all your expertise with us, sharing your time with us, getting us in the spirit for making delicious food as we constantly break our fast and enter into this incredibly holy time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mzansi, we will touch into this final recipe in just a bit. Nanna is perfecting it over there, but let's carry on with the rest of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll come back to the kitchen and tuck into this good stuff. Well done, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.